This is Sam Gomez. I'm a 24-year-old center midfielder for Real España, and I'm inviting you all to subscribe to the YouTube channel Juan Lodas, so you can come watch my interview there, along with much more.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Juan Rodas. Today we have midfielder for Real España in Honduras, Sam Gomez. Sam, how are you today in Honduras?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course, Sam. Well, obviously, you know, we had a little stint together at CSUB, and obviously now you're at the pro level. But if you could talk to us about, you know, your upbringing, if I'm not wrong, in Washington, you know, like how was your upbringing out here in the States?
Yeah, dude, it was good. Like, I'm really thankful for my dad, honestly, for being in Honduras right now. Like, I never had a grip on his life growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And then him going to the States and like getting a good life. Like, I never had anything to worry about. I was always super safe.
Yeah.
So I grew up like an hour outside of Seattle and always played soccer. Always, like, I have memories of staying up until like 2 a.m. with my dad to watch World Cup games when I was like in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, it was always about soccer. And it was good.
Of course. So, what sports did you play? You know, when you were a little kid, because obviously out here in the States, we tend to play hella sports. You know, but obviously in Central America, it's damn near just only soccer. But in your case, what sports did you play?
It was just soccer.
Oh, just soccer too. Wow.
Yeah, I never even tried to play anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even as a kid, I never really had any interest in any other sports besides soccer.
Mm-hmm.
I think my dad was totally fine with that.
Of course. Is there anything that you miss about your upbringing? You know, because obviously nowadays with all these kids with technology, they're really not going to experience an actual upbringing, you know, like we had, like our parents had, you know. But is there anything in your case that you miss?
I miss just like walking over to my friend's house, honestly. Like,
yeah,
he would call me on my home phone. Those like are non-existent anymore.
Exactly.
Like, leave me a message if I wasn't there. We'd just go kick it up at his house, and it was just good. It was like carefree. I wasn't like in tune with the news from like smartphones, you know. It was just like kind of blissful growing up back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Making me feel old, man.
I know, me too. But and obviously, Sam, we all know that you're a professional player right now. But if soccer wasn't to be your profession, you know, have you ever thought about, you know, like what could have been your profession so far?
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to think about it for the past 2 years because there was a 2-year gap between me graduating and to me signing my first professional contract. So there was like a real possibility that I wasn't gonna ever play professional soccer. So I had to think about it. And long story long, I have no idea.
You have no idea?
I have no idea, dude. It would have to be something about soccer. I'm really passionate about nutrition and health also.
Yeah.
Like, I got my bachelor's in kinesiology, but still, like, it doesn't compare to how I feel about soccer.
Of course. And obviously, if you could tell us, the fans, you know, something we don't know about Samuel Gomez, you know, obviously you're a professional athlete, but something outside the soccer world that possibly no one really knows about you.
Oof. I'm a vegan.
Oh, you are? Wow.
Yeah. Okay. You didn't know that. That's
I didn't know.
It's kind of recent. It's been like a little bit over a year. I've been vegan.
Is it hard?
Here it's a bit harder. In the United States, it's easy. They've got like vegan cheese. No. They've got vegan everything.
Not out there though,
but
right?
No, it's pretty much just like your vegetables, rice and beans.
Yeah.
That's about it. But it's not bad, man. Like, I'm a creature of habit, so once I find something I like, I just stick with it.
Of course. what are your short and long term goals? Because obviously we do know that you recently signed with Real España, but what are your short and long term goals?
Short-term goals is just to get minutes, like just fight and practice every day, try and get as many minutes as I can, because that's why I'm here. Like, a lot of people don't realize, like, it's amazing to play professional soccer and to be in this environment, but even when I'm here and training every day with them, like, when I'm not playing games, it's tough. Because, I mean, that's why you do it. Like, you don't play professional soccer just to train.
Yeah.
So, just to get minutes is short-term goals. Long-term, yikes, that's just to really be as good as I can be. Like, just test myself, try and see how far I can go, like the highest level I can go.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Of course. And obviously you're American and also Catracho. But what do you identify with more? The American side or more with your pop side?
Well, before I came here, it was definitely my American side. It was just, I don't know why. I guess my mom was just a little bit bossier than my dad or something. Like, like we hung out with her family more often than my dad's, and they didn't teach me Spanish growing up, which I'm a little salty about. God, that would have been so useful.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely an American. But being here is like making me realize I actually did have a lot of exposure to Honduran culture.
Yeah.
More than I realized growing up. So a bit of both, but definitely more American.
Of course. And obviously, what's the biggest difference between the college level of soccer and obviously the professional? Because obviously you lived it, you experienced everything, but what's the biggest difference?
Well, obviously the quality. I mean, it's like if you were to take the top one or two players from every college team and stick them on a team together, make a professional team. But more than that, it's just hunger. Like, it's a job for all of us now. So if you're under your job, you could not be getting paid. Like, they've got families to provide for. Like, it means so much more than being in college when you're just like kind of messing around with your friends. Some of them think of it like that. It's just like a good time,
Yeah.
But here it's like it's like a matter of not necessarily life and death, but that's what it feels like.
Of course. What's the biggest difference in the level between obviously out here in the States compared to Honduras? Because obviously I'm pretty sure it's something you might have not experienced throughout your career so far out here in the States. But if you could tell us, like what's the biggest difference and how's the level between both countries as well?
Yeah, well, the level is super high down here, as well as up there. But it's just different styles. Like, I think it just comes from these kids down here growing up playing on like dirt, and if they are playing on grass, it's like so bumpy, and it just like kind of slows the player down. Like, you can't play one touch.
Yeah.
On a lot of even these first division fields that we go play games on,
they're not the best, right?
No. So like they're really comfortable receiving the ball and like holding people off. So like by nature, a lot of them play really physically.
Yeah.
Whereas up in the States, you can get away with not needing to do that because you can just play one touch, bounce around.
A lot faster.
Yeah. So they're just really comfortable on the ball. So.
Most definitely. Is there anything that you miss about college soccer? Because obviously, like how you said, when you were at CSUB, it was probably more different. Obviously, not playing at the professional level. But is there something you miss about playing college soccer?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's so different. CSUB and Richie Grant, they did a good job of making it feel professional.
Mhm.
So I'm actually pretty thankful for like the training environment and the travel and everything. It felt very professional, but like I said, it's just like everyone out here on the team is just like fighting so hard every day in training. Everyone wants to play. A lot of these guys grew up playing for like the academy and like came up through the reserves. So España is like their childhood clubs.
Yeah.
Like it means everything to like them and their families.
Yeah.
And man, it's crazy. But college, it's just a little less stressful, you know.
Yeah.
It was just less stressful. Like you're living with your friends. You go walk to training. You travel with your friend. I don't know. It was just like just less stressful.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, now it's a job, which is amazing. But
You gotta take it more serious.
yeah, absolutely.
Do you think CSUB prepared you well enough, obviously, for like the professional environment? Obviously, because you did say that Richie in the program did a great job, but do you think they did a very enough job to prepare you guys for the professional level, especially now playing on Honduras? Because I'm pretty sure you never imagined playing in Honduras, you know. But do you think they prepared you well enough?
Yeah, I do. I think it's something that they really put a lot of emphasis on, actually. I mean, our results might not have always been the greatest, but they always pushed everyone to act like professionals. And yeah, they did. I mean, I don't think anything could have prepared me to come down here with 2 days' notice and go on a trial here, but I think they did a really good job.
Yeah. Of course. Obviously, with the first check, obviously that you got from Real España, from money wise, did you buy anything especially with that first check, or like did you save it, or like what did you buy? You know.
I bought some rice and beans.
You bought food.
I bought food. I went to the grocery store and I treated myself to like some almond milk. No, but I bought a pair of shoes, soccer shoes.
Oh, okay.
But no, nothing special. Like I don't.
Something simple.
Yeah, dude. Just the necessities. It's just like a nice blanket, like a security blanket. I guess now to have. I'm not a big spender.
Yeah, of course. And obviously, a little boy from Washington. You know, did you ever imagine being where you are today? You know.
In Honduras, no, but playing professional soccer, yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, that's all I imagine.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, never thought I'd be down here though. Super happy.
Yeah, super happy though, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Of course. What has been the toughest moment so far? You know, because obviously us, the fans, believe you guys live in good houses with women, with cars and stuff like that. You know, but all the time it's not like that. You know, but what has been if you've had a toughest moment so far? You know.
What has been toughest?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I mean, training is really tough. It's really tough. Like if you have an off day of training, like let's say it looks like you're going to be in the starting lineup, you have one off day because like you don't go to bed at the right hour, or like you don't eat the right stuff for training, or do any of the little things right. You could be out of the starting lineup, and like you've got to be up for training every single day. And there are a lot of good players, and they're really demanding. So training has been tough, but other than that, like lifestyle-wise, it's just kind of lonely because like I'm here by myself. My family couldn't come down here. You know, it's far. So I'm just living in this apartment by myself, and we train for like a couple hours a day,
Mm-hmm.
and then I come home, and it's just like
Chill.
it's just like Netflix. I'm waiting for an Xbox to come, and it's been like 2 months. I've been waiting.
Dang.
Yeah, dude, it came down on a ship, and it got like held up at the port by like port authority, and God, it's been a mess. But yeah, dude, it's lonely.
Wow.
It gets lonely.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing like with FaceTime, you can obviously talk to your family members. If you have a girlfriend and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, for sure I do. But you know, they have lives. They can't.
Yeah.
They can't talk all day.
Yeah.
Just like a couple hours a day.
But you don't have like a roommate, or you put in a request for a roommate, like a player from Real España, or you decide to just to be alone?
Nah, a little bit of both. Like I think if I really wanted to, I could have, but it's gonna sound bad. But like I wanted
Just
I wanted
privacy.
to feel privacy, but I also wanted to feel more like home. So I wanted to get a fairly nice place, like as opposed to living in a perfectly fine but like really Honduran
Place.
house. You know, it's just sometimes like I've never lived outside the United States, so like if training doesn't go well, it's nice to come home and kind of feel like
at home.
I'm back. Like I'm back in the States. So.
Of course. Now, obviously, being a professional soccer player and something that you dreamed of, obviously, since a little kid, have they exceeded your expectations? You know, living or breathing, literally sweating, bleeding football. You know, it's crazy.
It is crazy. It depends on when I'm comparing this to. So like when I was 12, 13, this would have exceeded my expectations. But for the past like 3-4 years, I've basically been living like a professional soccer player. Like it's been all I think about and all I do pretty much every single day for me to get here. So once I got here, it's been a breeze actually.
It's been chilling like normal.
Yeah, dude, because like for the past 2 years, I've just been getting up, training. I've been trying to act like a pro to become a pro, and it works. Now I am a pro, and I'm used to it. Yeah,
of course. What's your favorite music and food? You know,
music and food. Music depends. It changes every hour, to be honest. But it's mostly American music, like hip hop, R&B, and Frank Ocean. Is probably my favorite.
No reggaeton, nothing in Spanish.
I'm getting into it.
Yeah.
But I had never listened. Like, obviously I heard it, but it was not on
something you would play on your own.
No, but I'm into it now because
that's all they play out there, huh?
That's all I hear. Yeah.
Nothing in English, right? Or maybe.
Maybe like a Drake song here and there, something like that, but no.
Yeah. And food-wise?
Food, man, it's not boring, but it's just rice and beans.
Really?
And vegetables like broccoli, because there are not a ton of options. But my favorite food, man, that's a good question. I'm gonna sound boring again, man. Because I've been seeing food kind of as fuel for the past couple of years. Yeah. So now, really healthy food just tastes better to me now. Wow. So like, it would probably be broccoli, like some sautéed broccoli.
Really?
Yeah, like literally.
That's crazy, man.
I know. Or a really nice ripe papaya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll change that.
Of course. And obviously as a little kid, was there someone that you looked up to? You know, maybe your parents, maybe a professional soccer player. So obviously, most kids do admire usually someone, you know. But in your case, was there someone in your life that you admired or no?
Yeah, a bunch. I mean, my dad, for sure. I have an older brother who is 6 years older than me, so he's kind of like a father figure, more or less. So I looked up to both of them a lot. And they both played soccer.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. I mean, like some coaches here or there, like my coach when I was 12 was really influential to me. So was Jimmy McAllister. But mostly my dad and my brother.
Of course. What has been the toughest defender you have encountered, and also the biggest trash talker on the pitch? Because there's always somebody, you know, that's always talking shit in your ear, you know. But the toughest defender and biggest trash talker so far.
Ooh, toughest defender is actually someone on España, because we play against each other every day. Yeah. So his name is, we call him Wally, but his name is Gerson Chavez. Uh-huh. And he's another center mid, and if you have the ball and he's behind you, like your calves, your ankles, they're getting kicked.
Everything.
Everything is getting kicked. Yeah. Like, he could have no chance of winning the ball, and he'll just come right through. But biggest trash talker, probably another guy on España. Is a new signing, Omar Rosas. Yeah, he's from Mexico. He's a forward, and his mouth never closes.
Never, huh?
Never.
Always has something to say.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Who has been your favorite teammate so far on Gracias? You know, like possibly a teammate that you might go out and drink with, or like go out and grab something to eat. You know, like has there been someone that you've connected well enough up there?
They've all been really nice, being honest. But from day one, Buba Lopez, the goalie,
really?
He's been really cool. Like, he's a captain. Yeah. So he's just got this good energy, you know, like, he's really welcomed me, he's really brought me in, and he knows some English too, which helps. Yeah. But, yeah, I'm sure, like, he knew I was nervous, and he just, like, gave me confidence, and he's been really cool.
And obviously because he had a stint out here with LAFC as well.
Yeah, he did. And he went on loan to Orange County FC, which is a team I was at trialing with.
Yeah, of course. And talking about that, if you could talk to us about, you know, the trials after college, you know, because obviously playing in college doesn't mean you will play professionally, you know, and it might take some time for you to eventually achieve that. But if you could talk to us about the trial after college.
Oh, man. I mean, how much time do we have?
I mean, you could talk however much you want.
Yeah, no, dude, it was crazy. So, like, right after college, I graduated early in December of 2019, I think. And like, I didn't really know, like, I knew I wanted to play professional soccer, but I didn't really know how to do it. So I went to like a couple of combines where like 4 or 5 different coaches from USL teams would come and look at a bunch of players, would pay and go. And there's always there's always an all-star game at the end of the combine, right, where they put all the best players together. And like I would always make that in like the first couple of days. Coaches would always be like talking to me, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be playing pro soccer in like 2 weeks. This will be a breeze. And then it just didn't happen, you know. Like, you got to be kind of lucky, honestly, to play professional soccer, because the coach, they need to have a need for someone in your same position, and in someone who plays that position like you do.
Mm.
And even then, they've got like tons of options.
Yeah.
So you kind of just have to get lucky, find the right opportunity, and like connect with the coach. So that happened. I went on trials, nothing happened. And then the USL and MLS season started, and I basically had to wait an entire year because, like, once the season starts, the rosters are like set.
Yeah.
I waited a year. I'm like, all right, now I know what to do. I'm gonna sign up for every single open tryout, combine, like all of them that I could go to. I was like flying to all over the place, mostly West Coast, but all over the place. Same thing. Like, I always did well. They always seemed to kind of like me, and then it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
And then I think I had to sit out a whole another season. It was so long that I like don't even remember. But what happened? The OC happened, and then I thought, I'm like, I cracked the code, I did it.
Yeah.
And then didn't end up signing for them. Had to sit around. That was a year ago. Yeah, that was a whole year ago. Damn. So I had to sit a whole another year and just train like so hard every single day.
Wow.
And then I ended up here. Yeah. I mean, there was also something important that I didn't know until like a year into not playing soccer after college is reaching out to agents actually really helped me. So like I found this database of like US registered agents, and I emailed like all 200 of them, and like I got hooked up with one of them, and it's been really helpful. I emailed probably every single head coach and assistant coach in the USL and USL League One. Yeah, man, I was just grinding for like 2 years, sending emails, going to trials, training, and I just kind of got lucky with this. Like, I hadn't been doing anything differently to get here. I'd been training the same, I'd been networking the same, but I just like kind of fell into the right opportunity, and I just happened to be ready.
And obviously, sending these emails to these coaches and assistant coaches to USL and USL League One, did they reply? Did they not reply? Like, did it take hella long to reply?
I would say like, how many USL teams are there?
There's a good amount.
Let's just say there are like 35 or something like that. So that's like, I'd probably send 3 emails per team, like head coach and like assistant coach and like head scout or something like that. And maybe like 5 total replies out of like 100 emails.
Wow.
Yeah, so I would like wait a week and then email them again just in case I didn't see it.
Yeah.
All the people that didn't reply. But I would say like 5% respond.
Wow. So very minimal.
Yeah. They get so many emails.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, who's your agent?
His name is Mike Dietz. Yeah.
Okay.
He's in Florida. He's been super helpful. He actually didn't get into this opportunity because this was more of like a
connection.
But he's been super helpful. He's been putting my name out there to a lot of different people.
Of course. And then obviously, what league would you like to play in? Because obviously you're playing in Honduras right now, but I'm imagining you probably want to come out into the States and play, but what league would you like to play in,
Just the highest league that I can. I mean, I would like to play in the MLS, but I think it's more realistic to start in the USL Championship.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about not being at the level, it's just about not having the experience.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll realistically look at someone without a lot of experience.
Yeah.
But eventually, the MLS for sure.
With Seattle Sounders?
Any team.
Any team, right?
Oh, any team, yeah.
Of course. And obviously, being Hondureño, who, in your opinion, who do you think has been the best player that has represented Honduras? A lot of great players.
A lot of great players, yeah. I mean, growing up, I used to watch Wilson Palacios a lot.
Yeah.
Really good player. I mean, David Suazo.
Pavón.
Carlos Pavón.
Cosly.
Yeah, Carlos Cosly. I mean, he plays for Maratón right now. It's crazy. Like,
you get him like play against it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play in those games, but I watched him play from the bench.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
It's crazy though, right?
Emilio Iziguera.
Yeah,
he also plays for Maratón right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Crazy, bro. That's crazy, man. And obviously, you know, you're now in Honduras, but if you could talk to us about, you know, like, how did this come about, you know, and playing in Real España?
Yeah, so just said I'd come down, like I told you, about 5 years ago to play for in the U20 national team camp. Just kind of through dumb luck, through some connections. And they let me come down there, and I did well. And they kind of, it's easy for them to remember me, you know, because I'm the gringo. So let's see. After that, I went to Real Sociedad about 2 years ago. There's some connections, like, from the U20 national team camp. And I did well again, but wanted to go back home and try and play in the U.S. And then a connection I made from that trip coaches a second division team down here that I was going to come play with. Like, no questions asked. I was going to sign and play for him this season right now, and I was happy with that. But then 2 days before I came down, he told me that Real España means center mid, and he sent them my video and that they're interested in having me out for trial. There's no chance you could ever turn that opportunity down. So I showed up, and 2 weeks later, they signed me.
Within a couple of weeks, man, that's crazy.
It's crazy. Like, so the coach, I had about a week's notice to go down to his team. But already I was like, oh my God, like, thank God I've been training my ass off for the past year. I'm like, all right, I think I can go play in the Honduran second division. I think I'll be okay. And then 2 days before, it's like, España. All right, good. This is why I've been training.
Of course. How was that feeling, you know, signing your first pro contract? You know, because obviously you said that you were sending so many emails. Some barely responded. You had different trials. It didn't work out in your favor. But it seems like in Honduras was the perfect timing, and obviously for the perfect opportunity, which you were training for this opportunity, you know, and you took the most advantage. But how was that feeling, you know, signing your first professional contract?
God, it felt so good. It felt so good. Like, so much time and energy and money and, like, sacrifices for my family. Like, I thought back to my dad driving me out to practice. When I was a kid, I had to drive like an hour and a half to practice every day to go play for my club team. Or my dad had to drive that. I thought about that. Like, all the money, you know. Dude, it felt amazing. And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, all right, now I gotta get some playing time. Like, starting from the bottom again. Like, you're on top of the world, and then back at the bottom.
First of many steps, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Of course. And how's your Spanish coming along? You know, because I'm not, I don't know if the players out there speak good English, or maybe if they do, you know. But how is your? I'm guessing they don't. But how is your Spanish coming along? You know, so obviously to communicate with them.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It's been better than I thought it was gonna be.
Really?
Yeah. So, like, I took Spanish in high school. Like, we had to take a language for 2 years. And I chose Spanish. And I think the only Spanish word I knew going into that class was leche.
Milk.
I knew how to say milk, and I was pretty I was pretty impressive to my classmates for knowing how to say that. But yeah, that was my only Spanish experience. I mean, I picked it up quicker than most of them, just due to like exposure here and there. But I didn't know Spanish prior to that. But coming down here, it's been okay. Like, I can communicate everything that I need to. I can't always understand everything that everyone says, but I get the gist.
Do you have a translator out there or no?
No, definitely not. So, but I understand everything the coach says pretty much, which is most important. Because he speaks pretty formally. You know, he's like a coach. He's not like out like the kids, like the players. Yeah, the players speaking to each other. I hardly understand because it's a lot of slang. Yeah, and like regional slang that I didn't learn. Yeah. But the coach talking, like, I understand everything he says.
And obviously, how did the team receive you? You know, obviously all the players from Honduras receiving a player from the States. You know, like, who knows what they were thinking, but like, how did they receive you? You know, like, how did they treat you?
No, they've been nothing but nice. I mean, they mess with me, but they mess with everyone. Yeah. Like, I think it's actually comforting to know that they feel comfortable with me to crack jokes and stuff. Yeah. But no, they've all been super nice. I think deep down, especially at first, I think it's uneasy. Like, people didn't really talk to me as much. They didn't like pass me the ball really, because you know they've been out here like
forever,
scrapping since they were kids to get to this point, and like to them, I just kind of like showed up. Like, I'm claiming I'm Honduran, but I like barely speak Spanish, and they think I could just like walk in and take their position on the team, but no, we're a family now. Yeah,
of course. Who has been like the player there that you still have gained a good relationship so far? Obviously, because you mentioned Buba Lopez, but is there maybe another player that you've made a great connection with? You know, that you might have not had before.
Yeah, well, on the field, I've built a good relationship with another center mid, Joe Benavides.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't know this, but I looked him up the other day online, and he has like over 200 first team appearances for Real España. Wow. And he's the same age as me.
24.
He might be 25. He's close enough. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, he just got a senior national team call up in this past cycle. But yeah, I mean, you know, some people you just are on the same wavelength with. Yeah. So we just link up well.
Of course. Well, and obviously, what has surprised you, you know, most about Honduras playing professionally there, you know, because I'm guessing a lot of things might have surprised you so far, you know, but what has been the most surprising thing in Honduras so far?
Just about life, or about
in general, yeah.
In general, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna say it's one good thing and one bad thing, I guess. Balance it out. So I was sadly shocked at the level of poverty here. Like, I mean, like, you know, you read things, but it's totally different seeing it in person. Right? Yeah. And it's crazy. Like, I live in a pretty nice apartment building in like a fairly nice area, but like right outside my window, there's like a pile of trash, like, and people living there. You know, it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. That has been super shocking and drawing. Something positively, shocking is just how nice everyone is, to be honest.
Humble.
Yeah, like really friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people, if you smile at them, like they'll start up a conversation with me.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, because I'm like some white guy living here. Like, what are you doing here? But no, everyone's super nice. Very humble.
That's great. Yeah, of course. And obviously, have you had interaction with the fans? You know, because obviously with COVID-19 and everything going on, but has there been any interaction with fans? You know, maybe autographs, pictures. You know.
In person, not really. There've been a couple just driver buyers that'll honk, and they on my block into the market.
They recognize you and stuff.
Yes, and well, especially like if I'm wearing Hispanic stuff. Yeah, the other day. So there was actually like I just made my first start a couple of days ago.
Where's Platenza or no?
Where's Real de Minas?
Oh, okay.
Platenza, I got my first minutes. But Real de Minas, I got my first 90, like a full 90. And prior to that, I hadn't played at all. Prior to the Platenza game, so it was just 2 games back to back. And a lot of fans were like super curious when I signed for España.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh my God, the gringo! Like, what? Where'd you come from? How do we find him?" And then I didn't play for like 9 games, like at all.
Wow. And
they were all messaging me on Instagram, like, "Are you hurt? Like, why aren't you playing?
Yeah.
Where's the Gringo Gomez?" So there's a lot of, I don't want to say controversy, because to me it was whatever. But,
was concern maybe.
Yeah.
From
yeah, and they were just So it was mostly on social media, really in person. Like two times cars like stopped in the street, reversed, and like, "Why aren't you playing, man? Like, I want to see you play." That's about it. No, there are no fans at the games.
Yeah.
So nothing like that.
And if I'm not wrong, your contract is for 1 year, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Do you have an ambition to maybe play for the national team of Honduras? Obviously, you know, because you can, being Catracho from your dad's side. But do you have any ambition, any goals, maybe playing for La H?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would be silly not to. Especially playing with people who play for the national team. It seems all the more plausible. But yeah, absolutely. I don't expect to, but 100% that's in the back of my mind sometimes when I'm training to give it that extra push to try and get there.
Most definitely. And obviously, how is it playing with national players, with Vuelto, who just qualified for the Olympics, you know, with Lopez, Mario Martinez, who all play for the main national team, you know, and are big stars for La H, you know, like, how is that, you know?
It's crazy. It's amazing. Like nothing but positives. It definitely is scary at first. Like unless you just have
full confidence,
in irrational confidence at first. It's definitely scary, a little frightening, but it's been good. It's been good since then to see that you're capable of playing with people at that level. Like Mario Martinez has played against Brazil, and Neymar. He's seen some things. So it's really cool to just sit next to them in the locker room. It's been unbelievable.
Have you asked maybe Mario or maybe different players with more experience for tips on certain things, you know?
Yeah, every single day, honestly. Definitely Mario a lot. And lately Buba, because it's actually been harder to get advice from them in training when I wasn't playing, because usually the starting lineup will like be on the same team and training drills and all this and that. So I've kind of been on the outskirts up until very recently. But yeah, every single day. I mean, I'm learning from them every day.
Of course. How was your debut against Platenza? You know, because obviously you mentioned that you didn't play 9 matches. I'm guessing that was very tough for you. You know, because you're in a new country. The first thing you want to do is get playing time. You know, but how was that debut? Your professional debut, of course.
It was unbelievable. I mean, it's all about. I was just trying to control my emotions.
Yeah.
Because it happened so quick. Like I had been a part of the squad for almost every game up to that point. So at halftime, you know, the bench goes and warms up, and we get a certain amount of subs, and I was kind of unfortunately getting used to not being subbed in. And I hadn't gotten any indication that I was going to be subbed in.
Yeah.
We were losing 2-1. I'm like, I probably put on a striker. So I was just like, it was just a normal day. I was just warming up, like, kind of joking with some of the guys on the bench. And then they called my name. And I had to run over there. They said some shit to me, which I, like, couldn't focus. So I don't know what the coach said to me before I wanted to be honest. And like 30 seconds later, I was on the field, and you like don't have time to worry or to be nervous. It was crazy. Yeah, like I would say the first 5 seconds that I was on the field, I was super nervous, and then it was just soccer.
It was normal, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. And obviously, you know, you talked as well how you actually started and you played the full 90. How was that experience? You know, from knowing you're gonna go, you know, I'm guessing your mentality changed, you know. But if you could talk to us about playing your first full 90, you know, like how was that great experience as well?
Yeah, it was actually easier, if I'm being honest, to play 90 because, like you said, you can prepare for it beforehand.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're going on as a sub, like you don't know if you're gonna get put on or not, and it's pretty nerve-wracking when they do call your name. Like exciting, but nerve-wracking. But playing 90 is easier. Like you don't have to adjust to the speed of the game as opposed to being a sub. It went decently well. We tied 0-0. Yeah, again, this sounds underwhelming, but it's just like any other game I played.
Yeah, because you get used to, you know, and you've been in this environment for so long, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's super fun though. Super fun.
I bet.
Like everything I ever dreamed of. Like I missed playing competitive games so much.
And just imagine with the damn fans behind your back screaming, shouting, throwing things. You know, that's gonna be crazy once that happens. You know.
I know. I could feel. You can feel it, like the fans here. The fans here are crazy. Like, that actually has been the biggest shock. Going back to the question you asked me earlier, that's been the biggest shock. Has been the support. Because, I mean, the club's been around for like 100 years.
Long time, man.
Yeah, like as opposed to in the States, like I know people care about like the Sounders.
Yeah, it was barely a couple years, if not maybe a decade or so, right?
Like it's not like generations of your family have been supporting this team. It's like people who live and breathe Real España, and you can feel it.
Yeah.
Like you can feel the love when you're doing good. You can feel the pressure when you're doing bad. It's crazy.
Yeah.
During the home games, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, during the home games, you can hear them outside the stadium for like 90 minutes, jumping up and down, like setting off fireworks, breaking bottles, like just so rowdy, so loud. The first home game, like I couldn't even hear the guy next to me. And we're in an empty stadium, and they're just out on the street being so loud.
Dang, that loud.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And then obviously, so far, what has been like the craziest thing that you witnessed from the fans so far, if you have, because obviously they're not allowed in, but have you witnessed anything, Because obviously, from what they do out there in Central America, it will never be allowed out here in the States, because I lived it as well when I went to Guatemala. It's crazy, but anything that possibly blew your mind?
Unfortunately, not that many fan experiences, just because of COVID, obviously. Yeah. I mean, I can hear them.
Yeah.
And it sounds like some crazy stuff is going on, but nothing in person. But for the sake of the question, their social media presence is, they're very opinionated.
Yeah.
So yeah, like if you make a mistake in the game,
they'll critique you.
Like so hard.
They'll basically kill you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you pay attention to that sort of stuff? Because obviously it is your first time being a professional, and sometimes you might let it get in your head, but or are you the type of person to maybe read it, not really give a damn, and you just keep doing your thing?
I've actually been making a really conscious effort to not even read it.
Not even read them?
Because, no offense to the fans, like they're unbelievable, and I love every single one of the fans, but like I really only care about my teammates and the coach.
Yeah, exactly. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. So like, I think if I were to read them, I think the highs would be too high, and I think the lows would be too low, and I'm just trying to not read them and stay somewhere kind of in the middle.
Of course. And obviously, during those first 9 matches where you didn't get playing time, what was going through your head, and like, were you asking the coach, what could you do better? Like, were you thinking about possibly getting better in some aspects,
Yeah, a lot was going through my head. But I've never been the type of guy to go and talk to a coach, even when we do speak the same language. That's never been my move, because I'm like, there's a reason that he's not playing me, so I'm just gonna like keep my head down, keep working hard. But it was tough because he doesn't give a lot of feedback to anyone. He's pretty reserved, and he changes the lineups like kind of at will. So that, I think it was 2 months that I didn't play, and it was a roller coaster, man, because I thought, part of me was like, I could play tomorrow. Like, I could really see myself playing tomorrow. But part of me is like, I don't think there's any chance I'll play tomorrow. I just had no idea.
Yeah.
But it was, I just kept my head down and kept working hard, because they brought me in for a reason. So
of course,
just kept playing my game, and hopefully things are looking up now.
What have you learned so far,
Oof. A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. I would say on the field, soccer-wise, the biggest takeaway is just to relax a little bit. Because normally I like to play really quick, and you can't do that here. So it's just been to like calm down, take a deep breath, and just have more confidence. And they've kind of transmitted that to me just by association, because they're all really confident with a lot of experience. So I've been getting better at that.
Of course. And have you adjusted to the food out there? Because you did mention it's typical, like rice and beans, but like, have you tried the typical comida from Honduras? And if you have, do you like it?
This trip, unfortunately, I haven't been able to, because all their typical food is not vegan. But I have in the past. So I've been here 2 times before, and I love food here so much.
Yeah.
Like baleadas. God, I ate so many baleadas last time I was here. And like fried fried chicken with tajadas, really popular dish.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it's all so good. I love it.
So you literally can't eat it.
I can't eat it. Yeah, even if I wanted.
Damn, that's crazy.
I know. Most of the food here is meat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A lot of meat.
And you don't get like over rice and beans, especially if you eat it like every day. Like you're just used to it.
Yeah, I swear I just had it right before you called me, and it tasted so good.
Oh, you just ate it.
It tasted so good. I swear it's just because like after training so hard, after like sweating so much, you're just like famished, and it just I was super hungry, and it tastes good every single day.
And it definitely fuels you a lot better because obviously beans are very, very healthy.
Yeah.
Of course. And obviously, how is it playing during COVID? You know, like you guys get exams maybe once, twice weekly. Like, how is the situation out there in Honduras?
Yeah, we've gotten tested probably 3 or 4 times as a team so far. Mm-hmm. There's been one positive case in the beginning, but he obviously sat out for a couple of weeks. Other than that, like I've been seeing what life is like as a professional athlete in the States, and it's definitely not like that. Mostly just because we don't have the resources here. Yeah. To like, I don't know. Trying to think of an example. Like traveling, like we're not all gonna get our own room because of COVID, because we don't have the money for that. Yeah. We're not an NFL team. So it's been kind of, I don't want to say chill, but like more relaxed than in the States for sure. Yeah. It's just crazy without fans. Yeah.
Of course. And obviously, who's the jokester and shyest in the locker room for Real España?
Jokester, without a doubt, is Omar Rosas.
The Mexican.
Yeah, the striker from Mexico. Never, ever stops talking. Yeah. But like, he's always the life of the party. Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, I don't want to get into some of the stuff he does in the locker room.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, no, but he's super funny. Shyest? Oof, I'm definitely up there. Yeah. But there are more shy people than me. Probably one of the kids from the reserve team. Name is Melendez. One calls him Pollito. Mm-hmm.
Reserve guy.
Yeah, super funny.
Mm-hmm. Best and worst fashion within the Real España locker room.
Ooh. Best to me, probably Franco Flores, new Argentinian signing. Worst. Yikes. I have a pretty different fashion sense
compared to them, huh?
a lot of the guys here, so I've got a lot of options here. Mason Gotay, he's another looker from the reserves, and he looks like he just rolled in like from the street, like one of those kids that plays barefoot in the streets with like a little dirty white beater.
That's literally what he rolls up with.
That's what he rolls up with. Yeah.
What a savage.
Yeah.
Of course, and obviously, did you guys congratulate Vuelto and maybe other players that might have played with Lache from Real España? Like, how did you guys greet him after him qualifying? For these important games for your country.
Yeah, dude, it was super cool. It was amazing to watch them. Him, Alejandro Reyes, who's a new signing from Olympia. He was also with them, and one of our goalies, Pereiro. he didn't play, but he was a backup goalie for them. Yeah, we have a group chat, and like we were all over it. It was a huge deal.
Yeah.
Super proud of them out here, but we can't let their heads get too big. So when they got back in person, it was like, this is normal.
Of course. Well, Sam, thank you so much, Sam. Obviously, for taking your time out of your day doing this for me and for my YouTube channel. Obviously, like I've known you since college and stuff like that. But obviously, you're a professional now, so it was pretty dope. Getting to know you now at the professional. But like I said, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully, you can start getting more minutes now with Real España, and possibly, you never know. Maybe a call up with La H would be insane. But like I said, thank you so much. Blessings for you and your family.
Dude, absolutely. Thank you for having me. It was really good to catch up.
Thank you for watching my video. If you guys could share it with your family members and friends, that would be much appreciated. To all the people around the world who watch my videos, thank you so much. If you could like and subscribe to my channel, I would love that a lot. Until next time, thank you.